Now, some say every woman deserves a wedding, but we say every woman deserves a fab wedding. And this is what we try to do, get you details to make your wedding absolutely fabulous. Hi, my name is CHIOMA AGWUNOBI and this is Newlyweds. Today on Newlyweds, I have a very special designer, one whose designs are classy, simple, but very elegant and chic. He's no other person than Frank Osodi himself. He's done great things here at home and even abroad. Frank, it is so great to have you here with us.
It's going to be a pleasure.
You're looking very nice.
Thank you very much.
What's the secret? Don't just tell us thank you. What's your secret?
It's simplicity.
Yes, he's a very simple man. I can testify to that. Now, Frank, you've been in this industry for so long. I know I've always been hearing Frank Osodi, even when I was a very young. Yes. Now, for how long have you been in this industry?
We're marking 20th anniversary this year.
Wow, it has to be big.
It is big.
Good. So tell us, what is the secret?
I think it's hard work and consistency. Yeah, just these two, and trying to also make sure that I'm on top of my game as well.
Now, I know that beyond the wedding dresses, you do a lot of other designs, very creative stuff. I've seen your work. We're looking at wedding dresses, okay, and so much comes to mind. Okay, we've had talks with a lot of people and they say, oh, this is what you need to look out for when picking your wedding dress. But from your own point of view, what should the bride be looking out for when picking her wedding dress?
First, you have to consider your body type and what complements your body type. You have to be very sincere about it. When you're growing up, I know a lot of ladies have their dream wedding gowns. But when it's the actual time for the wedding, and then your body's not the same anymore, you put on some extra flesh here and there, or you lost a lot of weight and you don't look the same anymore, you need to get a gown that enhances your physical appearance. It comes first. And then secondly, you then start to consider the designs. I mean, does it have the kind of trimmings you like, the colors you want? And of course, it's good to be trendy, but it's good to be classic at the same time. Look classic. You can never go wrong, because wedding gowns and wedding pictures are things that stays forever, And then you don't want to come up in the next 20 years and say, oh, I wish I had done this on my wedding day. When you look at your wedding photograph, So the classical look is very, very important.
Frank, we have so many questions that people sent in. Okay, and we're going to be asking those questions. But in the meantime, guys, it's time for you to know who our newlyweds for this week are. Okay, we have a very young, vibrant couple, and their wedding was interesting. And I'm sure you don't want to go anywhere. Here's our newlyweds for this week. Today on Newlyweds, we celebrate the love between two young, dynamic friends. Here today, we bring to you Chile and Chinyere, our newlyweds for this week. We've had couples who've been...
I was a little bit nervous.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I developed good.
I've called my fiance like 10 times. Called the organizers like maybe 20 times.
I'm equally excited.
But let's find out how our pair are feeling.
Good. I feel so good and honored and happy getting married today.
If I say I'm not happy, then I'll be deceiving myself. The good news here is that I found myself a good wife.
That being said, we're curious to know how the love story began.
Back days in NYSC camp, we were just friends. Then after that, we left the camp, still kept in touch, but after a while we lost communication. And then 2 years back, we came back and here we are.
But 5 years back, I served in Lagos State, and we both met in the camp. I remember telling her that you'll be my wife in camp. I'm like, oh no, you guys you can't be serious. But at the end of the day, we didn't get to meet for. But 2 years down the line, we met each other somewhere, and the whole journey started again.
Chichi, tell us what the attraction is.
Chile is just a different person from all other guys I've met. He's caring to a fault. He pays attention to details. Okay, he's God-fearing. and above all, very hardworking.
Now, Chile, since your bride believes you're different from the other guys, tell us, what's the attraction for you?
She's exceptional. I can say that she is. For me, I use the word she's one out of a million. Sincerely. She's not only beautiful, she's nice, she has good behavior. She's someone I appreciate so much for how she thinks. And above all, she's very, very intelligent.
Proposal time.
Oh yeah, I remember proposing to her January 31st. That was on her birthday. 31st was her birthday, so we celebrated by a poolside. And so there and then I engaged her and I gave her a ring, telling her that I want her for a wife. And of course, she never said a no.
Oh, this bride is really eager to walk down the aisle.
Well, it feels good to marry your friend, like someone you were very good friends with in camp and outside camp, and then asking you to marry him. Wow, it feels good.
What do we have there? Our bride is crying. Could it be the thought of responsibilities that await her in marriage as wife, mother, sister, and friend? Or could she be developing a cold feet? Let's find out.
I'm anxious, stressed. Everybody's just stressing me out.
Phew. There comes a smile as thoughts of her groom at the altar brightens her. Now guys, let's get the show on the road.
Forever you and me could be together until forever. Truly, forever you and me could be together until forever.
Dressed? Okay, so let's hit the road. The church service was inspiring as the couple took their vows and promised eternal love, which moved them to tears.
Actually, take the chair to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold, for blessing, to love, to do God's heart, and therefore I give thee my trust.
Enough of the tease and sermon, guys. Let's get our groove on.
Mama lojo mi loju oh irorun igi ni irorun eye ti ma sha ti ri ose abusebuse see truly forever you and me could be together until forever.
Now the couple arrived amidst a lot of dancing and grooving.
here today for the bride and bridegroom, the parents of the bride and bridegroom, and for the friends here too. I have never been the chairman of any wedding in my entire life. I did not know what to do, what to expect. I thought I was supposed to eat and then look at everybody and go home, and I just did that. And then they gave me the microphone. Anyway, one thing you should always recognize, whatever your wife says to you, she's correct. Never disappointed about telling her she's wrong. She is correct.
Okay, there came the first task.
1, 2, 3.
Ladies, who's going to be our next bride? Now, the show is never complete without words from friends and family.
So I'm happy that today he has entered that club, the club of the married folks. So I am indeed excited, and I'm also grateful to God who has made all these things possible today.
They should understand each other and always pray, because without prayers they can't get anywhere. But above all, what I wish them is abundant love, everlasting joy and peace, children fruitful.
So I want them not to, they should not deviate from that plan they have. They should not involve a third party. Wedding is just for them, the marriage is for them, so they shouldn't involve any other person. They should just live their life the way they've planned it.
Today is when the marital journey begins. There will be great times, there will be sad times, there will be miserable times, but generally it's a great experience.
All the best, fruitfulness, God's blessings that comes with every joy, peace, happiness,
They should stay together. They should not bicker around over anything. They should be patient with each other, and they should be able to manage within their resources.
And a very nice guy, and we're very happy that he's found a match, Chinyere, and we'd like to wish them the very, very, very best. And hopefully next year we'll have a baby boy and baby girl coming around,
Chile and Chinyere, you have taken a bold step in a new direction. You found love together and a life together. We at Newlyweds wish you a blissful marriage.
Now you're welcome back from the Newlyweds. What question do I have next for Frank? You wait and see. The thing is, I pick a very fantastic dress and nice color, my dream color and all of that. And at the end of the day, the bride probably doesn't have a nice shoe to go with it. The accessories are all wrong. You have details, lace all over, and the bride has so much going on the neck. What do you have to say about accessorizing the wedding dress?
That's why it's good to consult with someone who knows about wedding dresses.
Okay.
Because here we don't talk about the dress alone. We talk about everything as in totality. The loops, the hair for the gown, the kind of tiara or the hairpiece. We'll discuss that. We'll sketch everything. Everything comes into place.
People go on about shapes. The apple, some say pear shape, apple. I don't know if there's purple and cherry shape in them. Just kidding. But for different women have different shapes and different body types. Is there a way you can tell us, okay, this will be most suitable for this kind of bride? Some brides, you have some that are full on the top and yet want to do tubes. Some want to do altar necks and all of that. So is there a way of telling us?
You can be full on the top and still be appealing. But if you're full on the top and you have a lot of extra flesh, coming out here, then there's a need for you to have like a cap sleeve, or something. Not necessarily a bolero, but a lot of people are not comfortable with bolero, but you could still wear like a corset and still have like a strap, like a cap sleeve.
I was at a wedding, and not that the maid of honor was prettier in any way, but it was like she stole the show.
Right.
I don't know, her dress, everything was just nicely put together. And a friend told me, she said, look, on my wedding day, there's no way my bridal train will be looking hotter than I am. So is there any rule to necessarily picking what my bridal train is going to wear? Should I, you know, people say the maid of honor should wear a long dress rather than the short one. And I'm thinking, okay, what should I look out for, even in picking or even in deciding what my maid of honor and my bridal train should be wearing?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong if your bridal train make efforts to shine. You already have what they're looking for, so it shouldn't be a problem. They say that you already have what they're looking for, so you don't really need anyone to be looking at you. It's your husband's business, you know. However, it boils down to consulting properly. Do you understand? Everybody has a right to be put in their own picture. You have a picture to paint of yourself. Paint it right. If you don't paint it right, even your guests can shine and take the shine off you.
Yeah.
Even your invited
that's
guests,
true.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be your bridesmaid.
Yeah, that's very
just
true.
Make sure that you consult properly, because that is the most important thing. Consult properly and make sure that you are put in the right frame of the right picture.
We're going to look at revamping the wedding dress. We're going to talk about all of that now, and you're going to tell us about all of that in depth. But before we do that, and I know that's what everyone is waiting for, but before we do that, let's just find out what Sarah Ogweli has for us on the Whispers of Love.
Whisper of Love.
She's pretty. She's elegant. She has poise. She has charm. She speaks well. She has a lovely shape. Wow. Every man's dream, you think? That is not all that makes a woman. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 sides to a woman, and I'm Sarah Ogweli on Whispers of Love. You see, the lady I just described is really every man's dream, but there is more to a woman than that. A woman, they say, should be beautiful from inside out. The exterior beauty, it's fine, all right, but that's not all that there is to a woman. There are 4 sides to a woman. A woman should be feminine. Every woman should be feminine and cultured, not brash, not uncouth, not given to foul language, not being decent. There's a feminine aura that should go with every woman. Every. So, if you're a lady listening to me, you have to learn to start cultivating that. And it's good to have that if you already have it, but that's not also all there is to a woman. A woman should be given to details. There's a side of a woman that is managerial. She has that managerial ability. She's able to manage things. She's able to multiply things that come into her hand. You know, they say you give a woman a sperm and she gives you a child or twins or children, as the case may be. Because I've heard of a woman that gave birth to quadruplets, but it was just a sperm that entered her system. So you give a woman something, she has that ability, that innate ability in her to manage it and nurture it. So there's a side to a woman that is given to detail and managing things. That's why a school of thought said that a good wife manages her household well. That same way, every woman has in her the innate ability to nurture. That's why you see that some small girls always want to carry a Barbie doll around. That desire to carry dolls is a desire to nurture, manifesting even though she's a small girl. So a woman should have that nurturing ability. A woman should have that managerial ability, being given to little details that people think does not matter, but matters very well.